Thank you. Wow, it's really loud in here, Andy. Well done. So I just want to say, first of all, before we even start the formal meeting, we obviously don't usually have our meetings in here. It's great that everyone found their way over here and it came to us. I want to say thank you so much to the DPW and to Andy Munns in the back there, who set up this entire room for this meeting, and it looks beautiful and professional in here, and what a great job they did doing this. So I'm really proud of the work that the town does day in and day out, and it's just worth pointing that out. So yeah, so thanks for the appreciation there. Okay. So today, sorry, I'm opening up the wrong document here. Give me 1 second, please. Okay, so welcome everyone to our January 27th, 2026 regular meeting. This is the Sunshine Statement. It's a statement of compliance with the Sunshine Law. This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act. An adequate notice of this meeting has been provided as required by the law. Specifically, the annual notice was emailed to the West Essex Tribune and the Star Ledger on January 5th, 2026, and a 48-hour notice was emailed to the same publications on January 15th, 2026. The agenda and resolutions for this meeting are available on www.livingstonnj.org. Certain portions of this meeting may be closed to the public for the purpose of personnel and/or other matters as outlined in the Sunshine Law. Decisions made and/or discussed in closed session will be known to the public at a later time. Notice to the members of the governing body and township staff: any use of electronic devices during this meeting shall be used solely for the purposes of township business, and any communications are subject to the Open Public Records Act. To the extent possible, this evening's Township of Livingston Council meeting will be live streamed via Facebook at https www.facebook.com/Livingston Township NJ. Questions or comments will also be accepted by emailing livcomments@livingstonNJ.org by 4 p.m. on the day of the meeting and shared with the Township Council before the meeting. Each speaker should follow the rules of order in Livingston Code 2-15.3. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Councilmember Meinhardt.
Here.
He's attending telephonically. Councilmember Anthony is absent. Councilmember Vieira.
Present.
Deputy Mayor Baptani.
Here.
Mayor Klein.
Here. If everyone can please join me for a moment of silence. Governor Richard Cody was laid to rest yesterday. He had 50 years representing this district in the legislature and in the Senate, as well as, of course, serving as our governor. Many people here paid their respects, went to the ceremonies around his burial. Let's please keep his family in our minds. Also, Livingston lost a longtime resident, Ira Coleman. Many of us older Lancers may remember going to Coleman's Tuxedos for their proms when prom time came around, and we're sending much love to his family and those who are mourning his passing. Thank you. The American flag is over to our right. Andy Munns, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Everyone can have a seat. Eileen Fishman from the county, is she? I don't see her. Okay, so we'll move along. We have a few different proclamations and presentations tonight. The first one, so we have a couple here, and I think it's really important to emphasize this the right way because there are some. We all understand the excellence of the children in this town, and some of their accomplishments are almost hard to believe. The first group we're going to bring up are the 2025 National Champion Academic Bowl team. We're going to call them up. We have a plaque for you and certificates, and I just want to say that, these kids are competing at the national level and taking home major prizes for in representing our town. It is something that should all make us burst with pride. It certainly makes me thrilled to be a Lancer as a product of the high school. So we'd love to have you come up so we can recognize your achievement and honor you. So this is going to be for the Academic Bowl champions. Okay. So yeah, these are just a few names here. So maybe I'll just take care of this one. So why don't we? Do you want to come in the front, or we can take this right here? You're gonna call the microphone? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna call everybody up. This one's live. Andy, is this mic on or? It's on? Okay, good, perfect, okay. So this is I'm going to read a citation and call up the members. The mayor and members of the Livingston Town Council are pleased to recognize the Academic Bowl champions. Congratulations to Livingston High School Academic Bowl team for winning the 2025 NAQT High School National Championship Tournament in May. Listen to this number, defeating 336 other teams from around the United States and Guatemala. And someone's going to have to explain why Guatemala is the other country here, just to understand that better. So team, not everyone's here, but we'll say, of course, their names to honor their achievement. Team co-captain Robert Wang, who's now a freshman at Columbia University. If you're watching at home, way to go, Robert. We've got a certificate for you. We have team co-captain Arav Kauchik. Am I saying that right? Okay. Senior at Livingston High School. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
The next member is Kevin Zhang, who is now a freshman at Yale University. Kevin, if you're watching at home, thank you for making us proud. We have team member Ben Laskov, currently a senior at Livingston High School. Way to go, Ben. Okay.
Congratulations.
And then we have LHS advisor Miss Bryn Smith and Mr. Guy Rabner. Are they here tonight? Okay. Well, we want to hand over the microphone to you guys. Please tell us about what it was like to compete on this team. Tell us the situation. Just tell us the story. You want to hear about it. And tell us why Guatemala.
Well, first off, why Guatemala? There's one kid who likes to come to the tournaments. At the middle school level, there's also South Korean teams sometimes, so that's definitely interesting. I'm actually friends with him. We've gone to a lot of tournaments together before, especially online, and he's just a great guy all around. But more specifically to the tournament experience, I get to say it was stressful, very stressful, being on stage, especially multiple times, in front of a recording audience and a bunch of other teams, a bunch of people that I know, people I don't know as well. I don't know if I can speak for Ben in this regard, but it's definitely stressful to be on stage, trying to perform your best in front of all those people. And part of it is the weight of expectations. Like, we were ranked very highly going into this tournament, so part of me felt that, like, if we didn't hold up to those expectations, then I might be letting someone down. But I think that I'm really proud of how we did. Obviously, national championship is pretty awesome.
Tell us about what when you hear academic bowl, what does that mean? What does the competition entail?
Yeah, so Academic Bowl is a 4-person, typically, team competition that is basically asking questions across a variety of academic subjects, and it's kind of a depth game where it's not about how many things you know, but about how well you know those things. So even if it's asking about all different subjects like history, science is Ben's specialty, literature is mine, you have to know a lot about that subject and not just like a lot of things. You have to know those subjects really well and really thorough to get minutes to those points, because it's a race against the other teams to buzz on those questions. It's kind of like Jeopardy in the sense that, like, you're trying to race to the buzzer to get the question, but the questions are a bit longer and a bit more complicated than that.
So you have to have someone who's a specialist for each subject, sort of?
Yeah, the way our team worked was that we had Robert, who was very good at history, geography, and current events, like major political stuff going on in the world. I was very good at literature and fine arts in that regard. Ben was our main science guy. Kevin was really good at math and mythology and a lot of other subjects that were coming up very often. So we kind of split responsibilities among all 4 of us to kind of get as many different subjects as possible. But every so often, we would just get something out of category. Like, sometimes I would get history. Robert would definitely get many questions on books over me. Kevin got stuff over all of us. He was awesome in that regard.
I don't have anything.
Yeah. It's just very fun, especially because you're doing it with some of your very good friends. Me, Ben, Robert, Kevin, Ethan, and Jack are also here. We've all been doing this since, I think, middle school now, over 6 years now. So it's definitely been a bonding experience throughout all of that. And part of our success is tied into the fact that we are friends and that we're able to push each other not just as teammates, but also as, like, friends who are like, hey, we're going to do better, but we're also going to do better together as one unit, as one group. And I think that's definitely part of our success.
I just think it's fantastic, and the other 335 teams that you beat should all be following your example. So this is a plaque. I don't know if we would give this to one of their captains or maybe to one of the supervisors, but I want to make sure you guys get this as well.
Thank you very much.
All right, good. You get a photo? Yeah.
Ooh, I can't hold both of these at the same time.
So the History Bowl, has some of, I guess, some of the same people who are very good at Academic Bowl are also very good at History Bowl. Yeah, thank you. And so I'm going to just read the citation for this. The mayor and members of Livingston Township Council are pleased to recognize the History Bowl champions. Congratulations to the Livingston High School History Bowl team for winning the 2025 National History Bowl, defeating 96 other teams from around the United States. I mean, this is incredible, right? Absolutely incredible. There's a little bit of a different mix here in terms of the participants. So team captain Robert Wang, who we mentioned before, now freshman at Columbia University. We have team captain Arab Kaushik, if you come back up one more time. If you're going to beat all these teams, you get to come up twice. He's, as we said, current senior at LHS. Team captain Ethan Liu. Come on up, Ethan. Also a current senior at Livingston High School. And team member Jack Liu. Come on up, another senior at Livingston High School. And again, LHS advisors are Bryn Smith and Guy Rabner. Ethan and Jack, because you haven't been up here yet, we'd love to hear from you about your experiences and just tell us what it was like to beat 95 other teams.
It was definitely a little bit similar to what Arv had said before about Quiz Bowl, that we have been at least Livingston has been the defending champions of History Bowl for a couple of years now, and so the expectations are definitely really high for a tournament like this. A lot of our victory definitely plays into our teamwork and the fact that as a team, the four of us, we know each other very well, and we can definitely play into each other's specialties.
I don't have too much to add. I just want to say that being on a team with my friends just helps helps us to do that much better, because we can practice not just in school but outside of school, and it gives us an opportunity to not only get better but also to bond with one another. And that's what I enjoy so much about History Bowl, not just competing but also just spending time with friends.
So Robert Wang was the fourth, and he's in college now. So you guys presumably have this year to win again, hopefully, right? Do you replace him with someone else? What's the strategy there?
Yeah. So just like Academic Bowl, History Bowl is also teams of four. So me, Jack, Ethan, probably going to nationals again this year as well. Looking for someone else from either the seniors or juniors to join us. Not fully sure who that is. I got a few ideas in mind. We recently attended the state championships a few weeks earlier, and we definitely had some standout performances from seniors and juniors there. The reason I'm not mentioning sophomores and freshmen is because that's a separate division at both the national and state championships, and we've definitely got a strong class there, so we want them to focus all their attention not on our side of the varsity field, but on their side of the JV field, and they've got a real shot at it this year. They've won their regional championship in northern New Jersey. They've won the state championship. They placed very well last year, even though they didn't take home the gold. But this year, I have high hopes for them, and I believe they can do it.
Where's the Nationals this year?
Nationals is in Arlington, Virginia.
Is it also separated the same way, like you have different topics? So you have in History Bowl as well, thank you, Mayor. History Bowl as well, the separate topics like, political history and other history. Is that how it goes? You have a strength amongst all four of you?
Yeah, so History Bowl is kind of like how Academic Bowl is divided into all the major categories. History Bowl is divided into categories such as American history, European history, and world history as the main three, with further kind of subdivisions within those three. So you'll see a bit more emphasis on American politics, because that's what American high schoolers might be expected to know more than, say, world politics. But it's kind of all relative to kind of creating an equal distribution representing history from around the world. So some of us definitely have our specialties. I know Jack is very good at ancient history and ancient civilizations. Robert is very good at modern history, especially post-World War II. Ethan's very good at geography and the geography of history and where things are located and where things happened. I'm more specialized in like political science in that regard and how that plays into history. So it's definitely a matter of coming together once again to show our respective strengths and different strengths and creating a unit as a whole. And like Jack said, it's all about like understanding who each other are, what each other's strengths are, and being able to play off of that.
And just so if everyone heard, we've got a deep bench, right? You're saying the freshmen and sophomores are also doing great. So it's really, it makes this town really proud. This is, obviously I feel this way, but I think we should all feel this way. This is a really special place. This is not a place where you see these kinds of things over and over again, year after year. Livingston is special. Let's get a picture. Fantastic. Thanks for coming in, guys. Really appreciate it. We'll win another one. All right.
I'll try it.
Okay. All right, so our next presentation is to observe Muslim Heritage Month. So I'm going to have my fellow councilmen start to read through the proclamation, if they would.
You ready? Good. Whereas the Mayor and Township Council of the Township of Livingston are proud to recognize the contributions of the Muslim community and declare the month of January as Muslim Heritage Month. And whereas on April 29th, 2023, Governor Philip D. Murphy signed Joint Resolution Number 6 by the Senate and General Assembly of the State of New Jersey, designating the month of January of each year as Muslim Heritage Month. And whereas Muslims are the world's second largest religious group with 2 billion followers, representing approximately 26% of the world's population. And whereas there are nearly 300,000 Muslim Americans in New Jersey, representing one of the largest Muslim American populations in the United States.
And whereas Muslims have made significant contributions throughout history, including notable achievements in philosophy, mathematics, chemistry, physics, astronomy, medicine, music, architecture, literature, and the arts. Their philanthropy, humanitarianism, civic responsibility, and cultural help to enrich the United States socially, economically, and historically. And whereas the Township of Livingston supports the rights of all its residents and calls upon our community to eliminate prejudice and bigotry everywhere, celebrates the great diversity of all our citizens, and extends the promise of our country to all. And
now, therefore, it be proclaimed by the mayor and the council of this Township of Livingston that this month of January shall be designated Muslim Heritage Month. Please come on up. And I know that this is on, yeah, okay. Just some comments, please. We really appreciate you coming in and helping Livingston to observe this event.
Thank you so much, Mayor Klein and the whole town council. I have to be honest, I did not prepare remarks for this evening. Usually these efforts are led by our sister Saba Khan, who is out of the country, but has really been a trailblazer for our community and getting our community recognized. But I am joined here by Sarah with the Livingston High School Muslim Students Association, who we'll hear from, as well as Brother Muhammad from our newly formed Livingston Muslim Community Center. You all have seen in recent years, we've started doing community iftars during the month of Ramadan, a crescent lighting at the start of Ramadan, and now we've kind of started to formalize those efforts with the Livingston Muslim Community Center. At a time where we're seeing Islamophobia across the country from elected officials, it's really, really meaningful to have our elected representatives support us in this way, so we thank you for that recognition. And with that, I will pass it to Sarah.
Hi, good evening. My name is Sarah Carroldine. I'm a senior at Livingston High School, and I've been running the Muslim Student Association since I think my sophomore year. And I really appreciate the town's effort to celebrate diversity and acknowledge the contributions of the Muslim individuals and families who are important and who are an important part of our community. On the behalf of Livingston High School Muslim Student Association, I'd like to highlight the meaningful community service of our students over the past few years. The MSA is a student-led club that promotes an understanding of Islam, organizes community service, cultural celebrations, and social events. So since 2023, the MSA students organized multiple drives throughout our community, such as Winter Clothing Drive to support Livingston Philanthropies, Thanksgiving food drives in which we collected over 300 bags of non-perishable food items, which benefited the Holy Trinity Food Pantry and the Interfaith Food Pantry of the Oranges. During Ramadan, the MSA students volunteer at a soup kitchen at the NIA Mosque and Community Center in Newark to help prepare hot meals to be distributed to those facing hardship. The LHS MSA also organized a Muslim Heritage Month display at the Livingston Public Library earlier this month to celebrate the rich history, culture, and contributions of Muslim communities. The display featured artwork from students, local artists, and community members, including calligraphy, pottery, Islamic geometric designs, and paintings. In addition, our students proudly supported the LCDI's MLK Day of Service and helped organize a toiletry drive last year for the Holy Trinity Food Pantry. This year, we organized over 150 winter accessory kits to be distributed to those in need in local communities. Together, these efforts reflect the MSA students' ongoing commitment to service, compassion, and making a meaningful impact within our community and beyond the classroom. We look forward to partnering with the newly established Muslim Community Center of Livingston. Thank you for your time and acknowledgement of the contributions of the Muslim community in Livingston.
Good evening. Thank you so much. Means a lot for us. It's not only an honorable proclamation, it's more than that. It's really present to the Muslim community in large and our Muslim community of Livingston, Center of Livingston. We really thank you and thank all the members, the council members, and we continue to work with you, and we encourage everyone to be with us. And hopefully we will celebrate the month of Ramadan, and we'll see you again, inshallah, God willing. And I end up with, we have some sweets for everyone, if you can help yourself. Really, we're getting ready for Ramadan, inshallah. And thank you so much. It means a lot for us.
Thank you. I would just say also that I think the entire council has been at every crescent lighting. I know these are new traditions, but the entire council's come out for those, as well as the iftar dinner, and so we appreciate the invitations to participate. And please keep inviting us, and we will of course keep approving these important requests that are made by the community. Good, thank you. Our last, new setup. Our last proclamation or presentation today is the League of Women Voters. So Robin and Amy, if who are you here with today? Just is it a big group or just two of you? It's hard to see. I see two purple shirts. So, okay, good. Come on over. Perfect. Yes. Good. Okay. Good. Do you want us to come around? How you know?
I could just do it up front.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. You have the microphone.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. My name is Vignatha Zagala. I'm a junior at LHS, and for the past 3 years, we've collected letters from the youth of Livingston to write to the mayor. And this year, we actually have a pretty hefty amount. The letters range from children aged 8 to 18, which is elementary school to high school. And we don't give them any specific topic to write about. We ask them to write about anything they like about Livingston, anything they dislike, anything they love and they hate. Overall, a lot of people, just as we've seen before, love the diversity of Livingston and how accepting the town council members and everyone involved are in ensuring that traditions are upheld no matter whose traditions they are. Multiple have stated that they would like the roads to be smoother, and and some even mentioned that they would like to be mayor for a day. Overall, we think that this is a great opportunity, and it shows how the youth of Livingston feel comfortable to share their true feelings about Livingston without shying away each year. And we're glad that we have the opportunity for you to actually read them. That's all I have for now, and just to wrap it up, be aware that there is a special election February 5th for the seat of Mikey Sherrill, so go out and vote.
Thank you so much. I just would just say, just speaking generally, first of all, it's wonderful that high school students are involved with the League of Women Voters. The league does such important work. They are nonpartisan. Their whole goal is to make sure that everyone is participating in our democracy. That is, to me, the most noble goal that you could have. You're really just trying to make sure that the institutions that we care about are carried forward, that people participate in them, that they're educated about them, and they appreciate how special they are. It's what makes our country great. So it's wonderful to have people in high school, following the example. And if we want to take a picture with everybody, I'm excited to read these tonight. We have the regular conference. Sorry, yep, it's back on. Thank you, Andy. That brings us to the approval of the meeting minutes, pending any corrections. Today we have the regular and conference and closed session meetings from January 12th of 2026, and the closed session minutes of the same date. May I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes pending corrections?
I'll make that motion.
Second it.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay. We're going to move to,
Do we have to vote or?
I'm sorry.
We had a voting or no? All right, good.
No, it's not, it's by voice vote. Okay, we're going to move on to public comment on agenda items only.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to open the public portion of agenda items only.
Second it.
Voters will be, excuse me, commenters will be limited to 4 minutes. We had a motion in a second, right?
Yeah, you have to call all in favor.
All in favor, sorry, thank you.
Aye.
Any against? Okay. Okay, so anyone who wants to speak has a 4-minute time limit, they can please approach the mic and state their name and whether they live in town.
Motion to close the public comment.
Second it.
Okay, that closes public comment on agenda items only.
All in favor.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, this gets us to the passage of ordinances. There are no ordinances tonight for second reading. We do have 3 ordinances for introduction this evening. Madam Clerk, can you please read ordinance number 1, 2026 by title?
Yes, Mayor. Ordinance 1-2026, creating a new chapter 129 in the Township Code entitled Electric Bicycles and Electric Scooters.
May I have a motion to amend and reintroduce ordinance 1, 2026 for introduction and a date for second reading and public hearing?
Motion.
No, is this,
This
oh,
is-
I'm sorry.
We have to amend it
Reintroduction.
also because-
Motion for
yeah.
that. Motion.
A second.
Is there any discussion?
Mayor, I would like to say a couple of words here. This ordinance has number 1. I think that's the kind of priority we are looking at here. We in the council, and I think many residents have seen the dangers of the new type of vehicle on the road, and it is the electric bikes, electric scooters, the e-vehicles. And the residents have come across and said, they are concerned for a variety of reasons. For the riders themselves, many a times these are youngsters who are not following particular order, also inexperienced. Their parents are concerned. There are folks who are riding alongside. They are concerned because it's not that simple. It's not very usual for them to ride along. We introduced this ordinance to create that awareness, to create some sort of rules and guidelines around it. We talked about it in the last meeting, and after that, the state has passed their own ordinance, their own rule book, which is why we are reintroducing it. The state has mandated that there is a licensing requirement for each of the e-scooter, e-bikes, or e-bikes rather, and beyond that, they will have their own number of rule books or number of clauses. What we are doing with this is, and Barry, I would like to for you to add, what the details of the ordinance is about. But what we are trying to do with this is really create a framework for our residents to have the guidelines, helmet requirements, safety requirements. How do you ride a bike closer to the right side curb? Make sure what you're riding along, the vehicles, how you're keeping yourselves aware of all of this. The separation between a 15-year-old or younger and above, how do you really look at those things? And also strengthen the hands of our law enforcement in town to kind of tap on this wrist and say, you know what, you're missing something. You're violating it. Here is the first violation, second violation, third violation. So these are the kinds of things that we are trying to create here. Everything is obviously, as we go along, we learn, but this is needed in a way that it is so much safety related. Our focus is on the residents, the kids, as well as their parents and families. So Barry, if you don't mind, give us some details, and that would be my side.
Son, we were, and as Deputy Mayor Patani mentioned, we're on top of this and looking at this, and I think concerned about what everybody sees on the street, and had developed an ordinance. In the interim, the governor just a couple days ago signed state legislation, so I'd like to thank our township attorney, Julie's here tonight, but and Mr. Cantor's office as well, they had to go back and revise our ordinance to make sure that we were in any way conflicting with the state. So a number of things that the state has in it, we've had to remove because the state supersedes us. But we still have some additional local controls, including things over some I don't know what you want to call them, vehicles, for lack of a better word, that are not currently regulated by the state ordinance, but pose some of the same problems. So we have kept what we can in there, and obviously our police will also be able to enforce the state ordinance. This is all geared towards the safety of not only the pedestrians and citizens in cars, but also those riding them. Again, as Deputy Mayor alluded to, we have certain distinctions that we are able to draw between younger riders, what type of device they're riding, the power, the speed that they could go, where they can ride it, when they can ride it. So overall, I think, particularly now in conjunction with the state, because the state was able to do things that we just at the local level couldn't do. So now the state requires licensure and tests and things that we locally couldn't do. So I think the combination of the two really provides a great comprehensive framework to ensure that, while people are still, and we recognize that this is, a mode of transportation that some people rely on, but this ensures it'll be done in a safe manner for everyone concerned.
Yeah. Thank you, Barry, for the details. So two parts stand out, and I would like to call out Barry's help. A lot of details that went in. Barry, thank you. Jared Cantor, who is our town attorney, and Julie and the whole staff of Jared's office. They really brought all of the components together. These are not the laws that we take it lightly. We also don't want to override what state has, and in addition, we actually want to enhance it and make ourselves a safer town. So for those two, I would like to make one other thing, request here, is that let's create some sort of, awareness campaign of the nitty-gritty and the details of this, Barry, as we go along, once the second reading pass or in between that, so there is more engagement from the residents, and they can more of them
And I
can
think
come
it's
here.
important and only fair that people know about this, and we will certainly work with Mike Izzo, who joined us last year as our communications director, and I'm sure he'll do a great job getting it out on all our social medias and to the press.
Thank you, Barry, and thank you, Mayor.
I would just briefly comment on this to say that this was definitely a concern, even in my family, that we would watch these kids zooming around in the neighborhoods, and we would just be thinking to ourselves, something terrible is going to happen here. And this council and the deputy mayor in particular really had a fire lit under them to try to create some safety here. And the state ended up superseding us, but we were working on this before we knew that the state was doing this stuff. And I think we can all sleep a little bit easier understanding that these vehicles, which certainly look dangerous, now have some strong measures of protection around them. So I'm really glad that we're able to do this tonight.
So, Mayor, I don't like, I never like repeating anything, but I am going to repeat what both you and the deputy mayor had said. We were very proactive. We didn't even know the state was working on something like this. We've been working on this for such a long time, and we really did it out of safety for the riders and safety for the general public, because there were some issues, and there were some deaths in other towns, and we just didn't want a death in Livingston. So I just hope that. That when this passes, the riders will actually follow the laws.
Madam Clerk, can you proceed with a roll call?
Councilmember Meinhardt.
Yes.
Councilmember Anthony is absent. Councilmember Vieira.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Boptani.
Yes.
Mayor Klein.
Yes.
And Mayor, the public hearing on this ordinance will be at the next meeting, February 9th, 2026.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, can you please read ordinance number 2-2026 by title?
Ordinance 2-2026, amending and supplementing Chapter 274, Streets and Sidewalks, Article 7, Street Openings.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve the introduction.
Second.
Okay, is there any discussion? I have some comments on this, just to be clear, because some of these letters are going to complain about the quality of the roads in town. And this is actually a reaction to this. So one of the utilities came into town, and in Chestnut Hill specifically, and really tore up the entire neighborhood, like all of the streets. It was, they did a very poor job fixing the streets after they did the work. They were upgrading some of the underground pipes, and they did a lousy job fixing it. And we were really unhappy about that. This ordinance is being rewritten to regulate what anyone who opens up our streets, or by law they were entitled to do that. And we can now have some regulation on the books explaining how they must repair it and what steps have to be taken so that we're not stuck having a huge problem with our streets after people do work here. We've also been in touch with the utility and expressed our sincere disgust with the job that they did. And they are making preparations to come back early in the spring to redo some of the damage that was done. So they are being cooperative now, and we're happy to see that. But it's it shouldn't have come to this. So we have redone our ordinance to try to prevent this from happening again in the future. Madam Clerk, if you can proceed with the roll call.
Councilmember Meinhardt.
Yes.
Councilmember Anthony is absent. Councilmember Vieira.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Batani.
Yes.
Mayor Klein.
Yes.
And Mayor, this will also have its public hearing at the next meeting on February 9th.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, can you please read ordinance number 3-2026 by title?
Ordinance 3-2026, authorizing a rights-of-way use agreement Verizon.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve the ordinance introduction.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Madam Clerk, the roll, please.
Councilmember Meinhardt.
Yes.
Councilmember Anthony is absent. Councilmember Vieira.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Batani.
Yes.
Mayor Klein.
Yes.
And Mayor, this will also have its public hearing on February 9th.
Thank you. This brings us to the consent agenda. All matters listed with an asterisk are considered to be routine and non-controversial by the council and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a member of the governing body so requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda as part of the general orders. Are there any, does anyone want any resolutions pulled out?
Mayor, I'd like to pull out 26086 for a separate vote.
Okay, any others?
And Mayor, if I can pull out 83, the first one, and the NV5, which is 1092, 26-092.
So 83, 86, 92,
No, 83, 86, is it, Michael?
Yeah, mine's 86.
and 92. So there's three to be pulled out. Madam Clerk, can you please read all the resolutions that are remaining?
Yes, Mayor. Resolution 26-084, authorizing submission of a grant proposal to the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs, fiscal year 26, local recreational improvement grant program. Resolution 26-085, approving official publications for year 2026. Resolution 26-087, authorizing the award of a contract to Rio Supply, Inc. Resolution 26-088, authorizing the award of a contract to Morton Salt, Inc. Resolution 26-089, authorizing purchases under Union County Cooperative Pricing System. Resolution 26-090, authorizing the award of a contract to National Fuel Oil, Inc. Resolution 26-091, authorizing the award of a contract to SJ Fuels South Company, Inc. Resolution 26-093, authorizing the award of a contract to Gold Type Business Machines, Inc. Resolution 26-094, authorizing an emergency contract with Cecere Mechanical LLC. Resolution 26-095, authorizing alcoholic beverages. Resolution 26-096, authorizing transfer of 2025 budget appropriation reserves. Resolution 26-097, appointing commissioner and alternate commissioner to New Jersey Intergovernmental Insurance Fund. Resolution 26-098, authorizing 2026 temporary emergency appropriations. Resolution 26-099, award of a contract to Fairview Insurance Agency Association.
Mayor, I make a motion to approve the resolutions that were just read.
Second.
Okay. Call the roll, please.
Councilmember Meinhardt.
Yes.
Councilmember Anthony is absent. Councilmember Vieira.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Batani.
Yes.
Mayor Klein.
Yes. That brings us to, I guess, the first one pulled out was 83. If you can read that, please.
Resolution 26-083, mediation agreement before the Affordable Housing Dispute Resolution Program.
Do we have any comments on that?
Yep, thank you, Mayor. So the reason I asked to pull this out is to make sure we have a highlight and a conversation around it. Affordable housing has been an important topic. We have been hearing, construction, more housing, population growth, and everything about the town. Many of it, we know that it has been driven by the laws that are outside of this jurisdiction, as driven by laws created in Trenton at the state level. There is a real challenge. Affordable housing is required. It's a problem in the state. How you implement it is another story. And we are abided by the rules that are driven, as I said, written outside. What we can do is the best we can defend our township without try and keep the character as much as possible intact of what we know as Livingston. In doing so, I want to give kudos to, of course, this council just has done a phenomenal job of defending ourselves, Livingston, in the fourth round, where we are not at this time, even after all these lawsuits and the mediation you're seeing is the response of it, we are not required to build additional homes. The lawsuits would have driven another 600 units in town. And I would like to give kudos to Jared Cantor, our township attorney, his office, our advisors, Topology, our town manager, Barry Lewis, and the office around him. With me, Ed Meinhardt, Councilor Ed Meinhardt, then mayor, we were on numerous calls defending our town in this mediation, which is what drove this resolution, with the full support of our council here. What we ended up doing was really defended what these mediation agreement is to ensure that we don't lose the credits and we are not forced to build additional units. That's what this resolution is about. So I just want to ensure that we have the folks who have really worked hard on this and worked on it and successfully defended our town get the acknowledgement and credit for it. So thank you, Mayor.
I want to reiterate a little bit of what the deputy mayor just said. So we had a mediation, we had an agreement for our affordable housing. There was a time period where developers could come in and challenge our agreement. And there were 4 different challenges totaling over 600 units. And we were, because of the strength of the work that our professionals had done before, we were able to successfully defend against all 4 of these and did not have to worry about adding, in addition to all the other units that we were had to deal with, an extra 600 and change on top. So this victory, it was a major win for the town. Happened just a couple weeks ago, and it's something we can all be proud of. And it's really thanks to the people who did the hard work at this table, and one of our town attorney Jared, who's not here. But this was a huge win for us, and we all have to have to step back and recognize that. I think to appreciate the professional work that was done. Okay. Can I have a motion to approve Resolution 26-083?
Motion.
Second.
Okay. Can you call the roll, please?
Councilmember Meinhardt.
Very proudly, yes.
Councilmember Anthony is absent. Councilmember Vieira.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Buptani.
Yes.
Mayor Klein.
Yes. That brings us to, Madam Clerk, if you can please read Resolution 26-806.
Resolution 26-086, authorizing a hold harmless agreement with Essex County for installation of improved pedestrian signage.
Any comments?
Mayor, I asked for this to be pulled out, mainly just to give a couple of thank yous. So we had a resident come to us and talk about a dangerous area off of Northfield and Winchester, where children were crossing the street. And I do want to thank Michelle Lemieux. She came to us a couple of times with this concern, and we worked through it. And, it's important to note that, Michelle came to us, and we actually did something about it. And that's something that I should also stress to other of our residents. If there's something out there that you need us to do, come to us. We may not know it, but come to us. And I'm very happy that talking to the county had agreed that Yes, we could put an illuminated sign. It's not going to be a real crosswalk, but it's going to be an illuminated sign. Just as Michelle said, just to make sure that people know that there's children in the area. And this resolution today just basically is a technicality that holds the county harmless because it is a county road. But the point I wanted to make is I wanted to thank Michelle for coming to us with a dangerous situation and the council listening to our residents and taking care of the problem. So again, Michelle, thank you very much. I want to thank the county. I want to thank Barry and Adam and Russ for working on this. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Michelle. Can I have a motion to approve Resolution 26-086?
I will gladly make that motion.
Second it.
Can you call the roll, please?
Councilmember Meinhardt.
Yes.
Anthony is absent. Councilmember Vieira.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Bottani.
Yes.
Mayor Klein.
Yes. That brings us to 26-092. Carolyn?
Resolution 26-092, authorizing approval of change order number 1 with NV5 Inc.
So this is about, Mayor, if I may, this is about a pedestrian bridge, but before I go into it, the title does not really justify, so if you don't mind, Barry, if you can give us a little bit more background so everybody knows it, and then I'll say my words.
Yeah, so the background is this refers specifically to the pedestrian bridge immediately behind Town Hall that connects over to Falcon. It's very heavily used. It was put in a little over 20 years ago because they used at the time untreated steel by design, so it rusts over. I don't think they were thinking about the road salt that we put on it to de-ice it. We knew the condition was of concern, so we hired this company, NV5, that specializes in bridge and engineering firm. The original expectation was they were going to do an assessment and come up with a plan to rehabilitate the bridge. Based on their assessment and their recommendation, they believe it better to remove the superstructure, which is, if you will, the fixed part that you walk on that sits on the two concrete piers on either side of the brook. And instead replace that with a new state-of-the-art, better materials that won't rust, instead of lumber or wooden planks that get splintered and cracked. They're going to use the fiber and all that. And so this is a change order, some additional fees for them to design the new one.
Thank you, Barry. So just for context, this is the pedestrian bridge that connects the Falcon Road and the Town Hall. Now, those who are familiar with the area, a whole lot of residents cross that bridge when it comes to celebrating July 4th, when they want to go to library, when they are on a summer walk, going to the Oval. Similar engagement, as Councilman Vieira said, on another bridge, and Michelle is here, she engaged with us on another pedestrian bridge. So these are the kinds of things the council does. This is an absolute proactiveness where we saw an opportunity that something that gets absolutely heavily used, that we want to make sure it's a correct infrastructure, it is not creating safety hazards for our residents, and we ensure that our investment really yields for majority of the residents and we continue to flourish. Thank you.
I think we've put a number of bridges, pedestrian bridges in town. The last one was, I think, 7 or 8 years ago. Barry, was it before you?
It was right when I got here on
Bordell. Okay.
Yeah.
Those bridges are really important because anytime you have a bridge, it's a safe way for people to get around town. They don't have to get in their car every 2 seconds. They can take a walk outside. People can get to school walking on the bridges. It makes life better. It just does. And we've always been the lookout for other bridge locations, and if people have suggestions, our ears are open, but we think we've got a good number out there right now. So,
Mayor, that bridge is, if I may add, that bridge is used by Bike Livingston, almost. I mean, anybody who wants to enjoy that bike ride crosses that bridge, so it's that important. So, thank you.
It's also heavily used on July 4th.
I use it every July 4th, actually. All right. Let's see. So, Carolyn, can we please, we need a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Yep. Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Meinhardt.
Yes.
Councilmember Anthony is absent. Councilmember Vieira.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Bottani.
Yes.
Mayor Klein.
Yes. Okay, can I have a motion to open the public portion on any subject?
Motion.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. The meeting is now opened on any subject with a 3-minute time limit. Residents can come to the microphone. Please state your name and whether you live in town. Okay.
Motion to close the public meeting.
Sec-
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Noreen Akhtar, I'm a Livingston resident. Sorry, I don't want to take up too much time tonight, but on the topic of street safety, I lived at the corner of Burnett and East Harrison for a long time, and that intersection is also very dangerous. Cars come whizzing down from Northfield Road trying to get to Hobart Gap. A lot of kids play and use that corner. So on the topic of getting some signage, I think it would be great if we could have something there encouraging the cars to slow down as they're turning that corner.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Motion to close public comment?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. We will now go to reports of township officials and professionals. Township Manager Barry Lewis.
Yeah, so I would just sort of echo all the thanks that people gave in recognition of Public Works and the outstanding job they did with the storm. I just got back to town yesterday, and in the course of returning home, I probably drove through 50 other towns, and I can say the roads in Livingston are better than any of the other towns I drove through, so that's it for me.
Great, thank you. Deputy Manager Russ Jones.
No report for tonight, Mayor. Thank you.
Okay. Assistant Manager Adam Leonard.
Couple updates. The project that we were working on in the community center has been completed. As you may notice, your cell phones are actually working in this room tonight. This was an upgrade that we had done for the lower level of the community center, and so we have completed that. The veterans banners we have on our website now. If you go to our Livingston homepage, then go to Government, Departments, Township Manager under the Hometown Heroes program, you can see the map and list of where all the banners are. So if you want to look up a name and find out where in town that veteran is, you can now look that up. On that note, veterans banners, we had quite a few requests after the fact, once we closed the application. We are going to be opening it back up between February 2nd and the 13th, and we're going to try to order another round of veterans banners to have up for Memorial Day. So that's all I got.
Terrific. Carolyn, anything for you?
Just really quick, I think Vignatha, is that how I say it? Is that right? As you mentioned, is the next Thursday, February 5th, a week from Thursday, is the special primary election for the Mikey Sherrill vacancy. We are the 11th Congressional District, so you get a chance to come out and vote. And we will be open in 3 locations, the Community Center, Town Hall, and the library.
Good, everyone come out and vote. That's the primary. Yep.
What about early voting? They're starting on the 29th, so Thursday. But it's not in Livingston.
Right, the early voting is at the zoo, at the education center there.
Correct, yes, thank you.
That's the closest early voting location. CFO Ann Cucci.
Nothing to report, thank you.
Thank you. And Julie, anything on your end? Nothing to report, Mayor. Thank you. We
Mayor,
appreciate
can I ask a quick question to Deputy Manager? Russ, do we have a new timetable this week for the recycling? Do you want to make an announcement? Is there a new for the residents to know?
Recycling is being picked up in all the zones. It's being treated this week as a holiday. Since they couldn't work on Monday, all zones are pushed back one day. So they'll be working through Saturday. So today we were picking up actually the Mondays.
All that information's on the town website, yes?
Yes, it was all posted and sent out.
Right, so if there's,
garbage is, you just get your next regular pickup. They don't have an extra day to reschedule.
So if there's any questions or confusion about recycling and garbage, please go on the town website. We have all that clearly listed there. Councilman Vera will be doing the council report for tonight.
Thank you. And before I do, I just want to say thank you and congratulations to Adam. It does make a life a lot different when you have Wi-Fi and internet in here. So please thank everybody who had a part in getting this done. So great job. So also, Barry, on my list is to thank the Department of Public Works for a great job. And I'm not saying a good job, a great job how they've dealt with our snow and everything that they do. So I want to on behalf of myself, and I'm sure I could speak on behalf of the council also, just please let the men and women of the Department of Public Works know how proud we are and how thankful we are for them. Also this week, the Arts Council had an event at the Lacari House and over at the farm on 240 North, East Northfield Road. It's called The Love of Art. There's a gallery over there where the horse farm used to be. It'll be open for a couple of more weeks. You can go on their website to get the times, but it's really great. They have a whole bunch of different artists showing their artwork and everything, and it was really nice. So please, if you haven't visited the Livingston Art Gallery, please do so. It's really wonderful, and it's actually even nicer when the weather gets nicer with the rolling hills over at the old horse farm. So LCDI is going to be celebrating Black History Month with a banner raising at the Pergola. The Pergola is located on at the corner of South Livingston Avenue and Northfield Road. That banner raising will be February 1st at 11 a.m. Cezanne, which is another group that also falls under the LCDI, is having a fundraiser because they do have a Cezanne event, I guess probably late spring. So they're going to have a Zoomathon fundraiser on February 7th here at the Senior Center, 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock. I'm sure some of that information will be on the town website. And then the last thing, we did have a ribbon cutting, a very, very unique ribbon cutting. It was called All Square Performance. And it was a chiropractor who also incorporated golf screens, where you can play golf too, inside the chiropractor. It was really interesting. So we did open that, and we want to wish the owners best of luck, and thank you for coming to Livingston. Mayor, that's it.
Thank you, Councilman Vera. I would also just reiterate two things, just to be clear. So it's been a major project the last few months, that cell phone access here. So if you get on your cell phone, there is Wi-Fi, but you will have cell access. So if the Wi-Fi is a little spotty with all the brick, concrete walls around here, the Wi-Fi, it was tough, a tough nut to crack. It would have been very, very expensive to get that throughout this entire facility. But what we were able to do is get cell phone access. So your 5G plan, you'll be able to use it in the building. And anyone who spent some time here knows that that's a huge improvement over where we were before. So something we can all be really happy about. It's actual progress, which is great. And then I want to take a hats off again. Councilman Vieira mentioned this, but to the DPW, they are, a night like last night, they're up the entire time. Like these are not 8-hour shifts that they're working. They are, driving and salting and plowing all the night through for all of our benefits. So they work really, really hard. And again, I just sitting in the mayor's chair, I just would be really remiss not to give them a hats off on that. I do want to plug a couple of events that are coming up. The South Indian Telugu Community Sanskriti event will be happening on January 31st at 5 o'clock at Heritage. Something that the council's been invited to, and hopefully it'll be a great celebration. And the same night is the big Chinese Association event. Actually, I'm sorry, that the Sanskriti event's at 4, it was moved to, not 5. And then there's a Chinese Association event, which is their absolutely huge dramatic show that they do once a year. I mean, it is really a spectacular. Anyone who has not seen that before should try to get in there to see it. That's at 5:30, and my son is the MC. He speaks a little Chinese, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm very excited for that. I'm sure he's going to make his parents very proud. We are at the point where we're going to adjourn. We are going to go back to continue our conference meeting. So thank you, everyone. We are remaining in open session. There's a room just back outside the main doors, just to the left there, where we're going to go back and finish our conference. And anyone is allowed to go back in. It's a public session. Otherwise, I'm going to adjourn the regular meeting. Thank you.